So today we're going to focus on healthy food game 4, specifically using if statements or conditional statements to help us display certain vitamin and mineral health benefits information when a fruit is clicked. Now, this particular lesson is going to be a bit complex, so I need your undivided attention. Pay close attention. Feel free to stop it, rewind, or play a certain section if you need to. But nonetheless, we're going to get started. The very first thing we need to do is every time, and we're just going to work with the mango today, and obviously you're going to have to work with your fruit or vegetable, just one for today. We're going to add a click event. So every time the sprite is clicked, we are going to display some information. Now, if we go under looks, we're going to select the one that says say hello for 2 seconds, but instead of hello, it's going to say mango. Now we're going to test it out. Mango. Fantastic. Now, what I want to do is that I'm going to use some of this information here, the vitamin and mineral information, specifically vitamin C, copper, and I'm going to use vitamin B6. You can choose any 3 vitamins and minerals from your graphic organizer, but this is why we did the research in the first place, right? Because we're going to reference this information. Now, what I want to do is every time it's clicked, it's going to say mango, and then it's going to randomly display a fact about vitamins and minerals. And it could be either vitamin C, copper, or B6. Like I mentioned, I'm going to use those 3. So in order to do that, the very first thing we need to do is create a variable. And now the variable's purpose, this second variable, is just to keep track of a random value that's assigned by us. Now, we're going to head over to variables. We're going to make a variable, and I'm just going to call this random number. And I'll leave it displayed eventually. We don't need to show that to the user and hide it by unchecking this checkbox here, but we're going to leave it displayed just so you understand how this is working. The next step is being able to assign a random number to the variable. And the way that we do that is by going over to operators, and we're going to use this pick random number from 1 to 10. Now, instead of 10, we're going to choose 3. Why? Because again, I am only choosing 3 important vitamin and mineral facts, which is vitamin C, copper, and B6. So let me just make these in bold so we're clear about these 3. So we're going to use those 3. And let me just bring this down, and let me just move forward. You don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this so that it's easier to follow through. Just space things out. So we're going to use those 3, right? And this is why on Scratch, I'm just going to choose pick random 1 to 3. Now, we're going to head over to variables, and we're going to do set random number to 1 to 3. So every time I click on the mango, you're going to see that the random number is going to be either a 1, a 2, or a 3 based on this line of code. So there's a 3, and this is random, right? So we may see 3 again, or we may see 1 or 2. There you go. It's a 2. A 2 again. And there's a 1, right? So depending, and this is random, every time you click, it's going to give us a different value, right? And the purpose of that is so that we can display this information randomly. Now, in order to display the information for vitamin C, what we're going to do is start with an if statement. And then in the if statement, we're going to check if the number equals 1. That's the first possibility. If we're going to choose this here, change this to 1, and then we're going to bring in the variable value of random number, equals to 1. We're going to have to do the same thing for if random value equals 2 and random number equals 3. I can simply duplicate this, bring it over, change this to 2. And then I can do the same thing. Just duplicate it and then change this one to 3. Now what's going to happen is if random number after the mango is clicked is equal to 1, then this information that's going to be placed in here in this if statement will display. If random number equals 2, then this will be displayed. If random number equals 3, then this will be displayed. So how do we do that? We're going to use say code blocks, and we're going to populate each of these sections with say hello for 2 seconds, 2 of them, and you'll see why in a moment. And then we're going to continue this process until we have, oops, I placed one in here, it should be in here. All right. Now, if random number equals 1, we're going to display our vitamin C information. So we're just going to copy and paste this, head over here, and it's going to say vitamin C, 67% of the daily value. And then after that, it's going to show for 2 seconds, and then after that, we're going to display what are the benefits of vitamin C. So we're going to go over to this document, and this document is also added to your Google Classroom Healthy Food Game 4. Sorry, vitamin C. We're going to copy this information, and then we're going to place it here. Now, we're going to do the same thing for the next 2 conditional statement sections. So if random number equals 2, we're going to use the information for copper, which is 20% of the daily value. And then we're going to go on to our vitamin and minerals document and find copper. And copper helps us carry oxygen in our blood and keeps your bones strong. Very important. So we're going to add that there. Lastly, we decided, I think it was vitamin B6, which is 15% of the daily value if we eat a mango. And then we're going to search for vitamin B6 information on our document here, vitamin and minerals document. And this is also another very important one. It helps your brain grow and work properly, makes you feel happy and fight off germs. So there we have it. Now we're going to test it out. Mango, the random number is equal to 1. Oops, sorry, let me get this out the way so we're able to see it. So random number equals 2, copper appeared, and it's displaying the information for copper. Now let me just move this over here so we get a better view. Okay, random number's 2, copper is displayed as well, right? Let me keep clicking. Okay, 3, so B6 will show up. Fantastic. Let's hope for number 1 now. So 2 is copper. Let's keep doing this until we get vitamin C. Or 1. No, we got a 2 again. We're not getting any luck. Let's try it again. Still. Alright, let's keep trying. It'll show up eventually. Nope. And again, this is random, right? So there's a probability that I can click this 10 times and it might not show up. But essentially, it's a 1/3 chance. So it should show up soon. Still. It's going to click this quicker until we get a 1. Finally. All right, there you go. So, and once we're done with that, we can hide this random number because the user doesn't need to see that. We just had it displayed so we understand what's happening behind the scenes, and we're just gonna hide it. And this my variable we can just delete as well. We're not going to use that. No reason for it. So we're gonna do a 2-finger click delete. And then if while we're playing and we click on the mango, we get that message and it says vitamin B6. So every time you click on a healthy fruit or vegetable in your game, it's gonna display some important information that's gonna, you're gonna have fun. The user's going to have fun playing this game, and at the same time, educate the user with important information that they might not know. Well, great job today, guys. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I'm very excited to see your work. At the same time, if you do want to add more important information about your fruit or vegetable, feel free to update the set random value here, or I'm sorry, the pick random value to as many different vitamins and minerals you're going to include. So if you're going to include 4, that 3 should be changed to 4. And then you can add an additional if statement for that section. Great job, you guys. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with, and feel free to reach out, raise your hand, speak to your group members for support. Thanks.